Saber-Tooth Curriculum, Chapter 5. This chapter focuses on the intelligent, skilled fish grabbers, and them becoming entrepreneurs in this community.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
The skilled fishermen were being very successful in catching fish in their holes. They also were enjoying what they were doing. They had this great idea on how to profit while doing something that they were good at, and enjoyed.
They were smart. I probably would have done the same thing. They were greedy.
At first, they looked for individuals not being very successful in getting fish for their family. The clever entrepreneur guaranteed this poor sucker a specified quantity of fish for a time period. When explained, this was tricky for an uneducated person to figure out. It sounded like a good deal. 5 fish per day until you have received 10 times 10 times 10 fish. 1,000 fish at 5 fish per day is only 200 days. Not even a year. These poor saps could do nothing. They had signed a contract giving over their fishing hole. After a period of time, 3 wise men ran a fishing industry in this community.
So, they had a monopoly, huh? Kind of like Pearson does all of the testing for Texas?
You could say that. This went well for a while for these entrepreneurs. After time, they had too many holes to take care of by themselves. They had to hire help. They were still greedy. On average, a family needed about 5 fish per day to sustain life. They would pay these workers 2 fish to work all day. But remember, the average family needed 5 fish per day.
It is kind of like the gasoline industry is today. Those companies post billion-dollar profits, while our country is in an economic crisis.
Well, those entrepreneurs needed more workers, so they hired the wives and children to work. Since the children weren't considered to be able to do as much work as the adults, they weren't paid as much. As you can see, these 3 clever fishermen pretty much owned the community. The working person is busting his butt trying to make ends meet and to support his family. He's not getting ahead, just trying to survive. He's worrying about what will happen tomorrow. Where will his next meal come from? They did not have much hope for the future.
Many of the students in our public school system go through this same kind of turmoil. They never know what tomorrow holds.
Over time, the fish accumulated. These greedy entrepreneurs had way more fish than they knew what to do with. The supply of fish was so high that the workers were not needed, causing the entrepreneurs to send them back to unemployment. The clever fishermen were in desperation. The fish were being wasted. Nobody could afford them. This was going to cause the clever fishermen to go bankrupt. But the wonderful government came to the aid of the fishermen, bailing them out of this predicament and paying for some food for the poverty-stricken community.
Is this one of those situations where the rich get richer? The government always helps the rich.
Ha ha, I agree. There's more. You see, the smart peeps start catching on, and those that watched took care of the bears, and the antelopes soon followed suit.
Huh. I don't understand what you mean.
They saw members of their tribe benefit at the expense of others. They wanted to emulate the successful fish grabbers. They wanted a taste of the wealth. They wanted to experience this free enterprise system of economics. The poor were already too poor to buy the skins and meat of the bears and the antelope. The fishermen would exchange fish for meat and skins and so on. Very soon after introducing the 2 new industries, everyone was broke and nobody had a job. So the local people met in an effort to work together to fix the problems of the tribe. They soon realized they had to change their way of thinking to solve their problems.
You know what I am seeing here? The more things change, the more they stay the same.